everyone. Lisa Haven here. Well, the Democrats have made their voices very loud and clear, and that is that they don't want Joe Biden nor Kamala Harris running for the 2024 presidency. A major poll has revealed. But, however, guess who is positioning themselves to be the presidential nominee for 2024? Well, oh my gosh, your jaw is literally gonna hit the floor when I tell you who that person is. But before I get into it, I want to remind you, check out my partner at solarwaterheater.com. If you guys don't have one of these things, you need to get one. I swear I will not go camping or hiking without this thing. It's absolutely freaking phenomenal. It boils water. It costs no electricity or anything to do that. It's all powered by the sun here. I'm going to show you this thing up and close so you can see it, but it's solar powered by the sun. And within 30 minutes, you have hot boiling water, your coffee, your tea. You can do it with noodles or whatever when you're out and about. Nothing but the sun is required. So check it out at Solar Water Heater and get 20% off using the coupon code LISA20. That's LISA20. All right. So let's dive into what or who, or no, shall I say who, this presidential nominee is that is positioning themselves for presidency in 2024. Drum roll, please. And the answer is Hillary Clinton. Give me a minute. I need a minute. Oh, good grief. Let's take a look at where I'm grabbing this information from. Take a look at WND.com. Forget Joe Biden. Look who's positioning herself to be Democrats' presidential nominee in 2024. The article reads, twice failed Democrat presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton, lock her up, went on television just days ago to explain why she thinks Donald Trump is going to run for the White House again in 2024. And she threatened, if voters put him in the Oval Office again, folks, it's going to be the end of democracy. The end of democracy. Gosh, if Donald Trump runs, I could just see it running through her head. She's like crying like the whole 9 yards. Pretty intense for Hillary Clinton. But I'm going to go back to that article. And it expands. It says her sudden interest in the 2024 race came just days after she appeared on a video reading a portion of the victory speech that she never got to deliver when she lost the 2016 race. It goes on, at National File, a report explained that Clinton fought back the tears as she read the 5-year-old victory speech she had planned to deliver before being soundly defeated by the 45th president of the United States, that is Donald Trump, in the 2016 election. But here's the thing we got to ask ourselves. Why is she just now reading the speech years after the defeat? What is causing her to do this thing? Well, over at PJ Media, Robert Spencer has a twist on this. And I'm going to read this from the WND article, but here's the actual PJ Media, and I'll include it in the information box below. But here's what Robert Spencer at PJ Media is also raising the same question I just raised. And he's asking, why was the speech being promoted? And her interest in the 2024 race is suddenly appearing. So she's talking about Donald Trump messing with democracy. Why is she suddenly positioning herself at this time, at this hour, reading her victory speech now and making her voice heard? And this is what he says. He explained, considering, and I quote, considering the fact that Hillary is one of the most artificial and calculating human beings on the planet, the question must be asked, why now? Hillary has had over 4 years to release the speech, of which she is very, very proud of. What is different about the situation today that led her to inflict this speech on an unwitting world? He noted, former Trump advisor and current Getter CEO Jason Miller has an answer. Hillary is positioning herself to become the Democrats' presidential nominee in 2024. Now, Miller goes on to say this. He says this. Hillary is trying to humanize herself and inject herself into the 2024 presidential discussion. That's all it is. Let's just be brutally crass and direct about it. The fact of the matter is that crooked Hillary, lock her up, is circling around Joe Biden almost like a buzzard, looking at the carcass on the ground, saying, it's not going to be Joe Biden. It's not going to be Kamala Harris. How can I go and insert myself into this national discussion and remind people, hey, people, I'm still here. I feel like that's exactly what Hillary is doing. Now, I don't know if the Democrats will accept her and she'll go up there or not. That's to be determined. But I think Hillary is absolutely attempting to position herself in that position. After all, by the time election season comes around, she's 77 years old and Biden will be 82. And nobody wants a Kamala Harris, right? Oh boy. But don't worry, Joe Biden has said that he is running. Take a look at the White House briefing here, and this was posted on December 13th. And if you scroll down a little bit to the Q&A section, it was asked of them, and it says by one of the reporters there, and they say there was another round of stories over the weekend about the political fate of president and the VP and who might run in 2024. And Psaki answers it. The president has every intent of running for a re-election, and that's the other message for them. So don't worry. According to the White House, which lies a lot, and Joe Biden, who lies a lot, they say that he is going to run. And guess what? Kamala Harris hasn't not been filled on this discussion. Here's the Wall Street Journal. Good grief, the chaos. Kamala Harris says she and Biden haven't discussed running for re-election in 2024, and that came after the White House briefing announcement. So apparently, Joe Biden, Psaki knows something that Kamala Harris don't, and that's that Joe Biden's running. But don't worry, Kamala Harris has not been filled in about it. Maybe they're going to leave Kamala Harris behind. And either way, the drama is astounding. He's obviously got horrible poll ratings. Speaking of poll ratings, let's just throw this up on the screen. Here it is, a poll. Most Democrats don't want Biden to run again in 2024, according to a new poll. Well, you think? From his Afghanistan crisis to his COVID crisis, his mandate crisis, his border crisis, his inflation crisis and economic crisis. Yeah, our country is literally destroyed, and they're really running out of things to blame it on. But don't worry. Lock her up. Hillary Clinton is positioning herself as the new Democrat primary, potentially. Not saying she's going to run. I'm just saying she wants to. Looks like it anyway. She hasn't said that, but hey, why now? Why are you coming forward now? Speaking of the devil, not that devil, the other devil, Joe Biden, maybe the reason people don't like him is just because he's full of lies over and over again. In fact, I'm going to take you to this article on the Federalist. And they've detailed 103 separate lies. They say, here's the full list of every lie Joe Biden has told as president, 103 lies and counting. And he keeps going, folks. There's almost like a lie every other week at this point. But this is a great article, and I'll leave it in the link box below because I think it's interesting. Here's some of the lies. I'm not going to go through them all because there's an awful lot. Biden implies vax people cannot spread COVID. He said this on numerous occasions. But if you go over to the CDC website, and here we are on cdc.gov, it says very clearly on this site, and this is what it says: a vaccine breakthrough infection happens when a fully vaccinated person gets infected with COVID. People with vaccine breakthrough infections may spread the COVID-19 to others. There's your first one there. Moving on to the second one here. I'm just going to really skim through these. Biden's pledge there would be no vaccine mandate. He once said, I'm not going to put in a vaccine mandate. And then that's exactly what he did. Biden claimed he is tested every day for COVID-19. He is not. During one of the questions that was asked, during their White House press briefing, Psaki was asked, so he's not going to be tested today? She goes, nope, he's not. In other words, he doesn't get tested every single day. Next one here that he lied about, Biden makes up stories about 1967 visit to Israel. Biden falsely claims that he used to drive a tractor trailer. White House falsely claims that Biden never opposed COVID-induced travel restrictions. Yes, he did. Here's another one. Most Afghanistans are not vetted before entering U.S., despite Biden's claim. Biden walks back claim about garbage report detailing illegal alien payouts. Biden claims his administration isn't paying illegal immigrants. Then it comes out that they are perfectly comfortable with doing that. Then Biden says electric cars can drive across America on one tank. Oh, good God. Biden claims Glenn Youngkin sought to ban books. Not true. Biden claims he has no time to visit the southern border. That's not true. Biden blames staffing shortage on COVID fear. There's so much more involved there. White House says Biden's stance on Hyde Amendment hasn't changed. McKenzie confirms Biden lied about troop recommendations in Afghanistan. And White House claims Build Back Better agenda costs nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing. I think that was one of the boldest ones that he said ever. But anyway, this thing goes on and on. You know, the whip lie, you know, more and more and more. 103 lies altogether from this freaking lunatic who is in charge of our country. Or maybe he's just not all there in the head. But either way, somebody's pulling the strings somewhere. Anyhow, I would love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns on this report. Please get on over to restrictedrepublic.com right now. We only have about a week and a half left that we're going to be offering, or 2 weeks, that we're going to be offering the $1 special for 45 days on Restricted Republic. We do live streams. We have no commercials on that content. Get it for $1 for 45 days. Use the coupon code Christmas21 to take advantage of that. Get there and get some of the special content. I've got a massive report coming out today that you're not going to want to miss. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.